with regard to the admission in PP class, the ministry has taken careful measures to support the children as well as the parents. In the 2026 admission phase, the ministry has in fact facilitated more admission. How we have done it is by allowing the student, initially it was 5 and 6 years, 5 years and 6 months. But now we have allowed admission for children who are 5 years, 4 months and 25 days as of 1st of March 2026, which means we are, admitting more students. And this has been totally based on the capacity of the infrastructure that we have at the moment. There is a lot of, in the Thomdays like Thimphu and Phuntsholing, there is pressure for admission in PP, whereas in other 20 dzongkhaks, the schools in other 20 dzongkhaks, we are not facing any admission problem because we have enough infrastructure in place. And government has already invested so much in schools in other places. The problem here in Thimphu, Thomday is because there is rural-urban migration happening every year. And let me give you the stats of how much rural-urban migration is happening in Bhutan. We have about 30 schools in Thomdays, and the stats as per 2024 is the number of students we have in Thomday in 2024 is 26,103. And in 2025, just in 1 year, the number of students enrolled in Thomday school rose to 29,895, which is in 1 year, there is an increase of 3,782, which is around 4,000 students. And it is very difficult for the ministry to come up with the infrastructure in place with all the plans in just in 1 year. So accommodating at the rate of rural-urban migration happening is challenging for the ministry as well. And Thimphu Thomday, taking the example of Thimphu Thomday, in 2026 itself, we have only about 15 schools in Thimphu Thomday which offer PP admission. And we received about 1,888 applications for PP, and considering the size of the classroom to be 30 students, we could accommodate only 1,260 students. So the worry that the ministry has is, since every, even the public residing in the remote areas, they want school, in the school, in their place, and government has invested and we have constructed schools. But now these people are slowly moving to towns, especially Thimphu and Phuntsholing Thomday, looking for jobs. And then the rise of the student number is so much that, there would come a time, if we increase the infrastructure in Thimphu and Phuntsholing Thomday, there would come a time that all the schools in dzongkhaks and 𝐿𝐲𝐽𝑒𝑜𝑘s would run empty. So this is one, concern that ministry has. Nevertheless, the ministry acknowledges the pressure of this admission, especially in Thimphu and Phuntsholing Thomday, and we will be trying our best. At the moment, the ministry is working on a systematic planning on how to accommodate the students with the available resources that we have at present. But the options that the ministry has at the moment is, there are private schools in Thimphu and Phuntsholing because there is excessive number of students, handling almost about 4,000 students in a year, and coming up with the infrastructure is one of the biggest challenges that ministry is facing. And I think there are ministries not encouraging people to enroll your children in private schools, but in Thimphu and Phuntsholing there are enough good private schools, and parents who can afford to send their children to private schools can do so. And other option that ministry has is, those children who have not qualified this year for PP admission can still continue being in ECCD, and next year definitely they will get enrollment in PP session. So these are These are the measures that the ministry is taking, and while at the same time we do not want to, compromise in the quality of education, and also we want to maintain the sustainability of the ECCD services that the ministry is providing to the people.